Welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report. Ryan Mayer here with the head coach for the Hofstra Pride men's soccer team, Richard Nuttall. And Coach, get right into it. You had two matches last week. First on Wednesday against Vermont. You come out, lose 4-1. It seemed like at times in that match you had good build-up play, just not able to find that final pass into the box.
Yeah, we had possession, but at times it was possession without a purpose, with no cutting edge to our play, and we got counted on a couple of times, which cost us, and then we were chasing the game. So from our point of view, yes, we did possess it well, but we've got to look at the end product. We didn't cut through their defence, and then when we had to defend, we didn't get back in the right numbers. So give credit to Vermont that they did. They had a game plan and they did well against us, and they did what they had to do.
Now, on the first goal for Vermont, it came from the penalty spot. That was after Adam Janowski comes out and ends up taking the player down. What did you see on that play, and what did you talk to Adam about afterwards?
Yeah, well, not just Adam. I mean, the defensive line was too high when there was no pressure on the ball. So that's the first mistake. The second mistake, Adam wasn't probably quite high enough, and the third one, the guy had a bad touch and was going away from goal. So if Adam had to do it again, I'm sure he would have done it a little bit differently, as would the back four. But no blame to anybody. It's just it happens sometimes with a little loss of focus. So overall, I couldn't fault Adam. The rest of the game, he had a decent game, to be honest.
And then you look forward to Saturday now. You go up against a tough Boston squad that had played some real top competition tight so far this season. You come away with a 2-1 win, goals from Joe Holland, and also the first goal from Thomas Beckes in his career.
Yeah, Boston University, a very good team. I think they probably had one of the toughest schedules in the country. I think they tied UConn and beat Boston College and lost by 1 to North Carolina, who at the time was number 1. So for us, it was a great victory. And for 70 minutes, we did very, very well. We scored a great goal to start from Joe Holland. It was a nice build-up, a nice crossfield ball from, I think, Maid, and then a little knockback to Joe from Herbert Beastie. And then Tommy Beckes has buried one. It's about time, because he's been here 5 years and it's his first goal. But it was a wonderful goal. But I was a little unhappy with our last 20 minutes. They had a man sent off, and when we should have then, taken control of the game, we panicked a little bit. We stopped doing the things, closing the ball down well. We got a little bit nervous, a little bit underconfident, and we let them back into the game. So the last 20 minutes, not happy with the first 70. We were tremendous.
Now, you take a look at that, Adam Janowski again in that for you. He bounces back from that 4 goals that he gave up on Wednesday, comes out and only allows 1 to Boston. How good is it to see that kind of bounce back and short-term memory from your keeper?
Well, it is short-term memory, and he had 2 good saves in the game against BU as well. So I'm happy for him. He's been with me. Another one has been with me for 5 years, and I'm happy for him. He's worked hard, especially in the last couple of years. He's matured, and he's now getting his chance. And every credit to him for what he's done, and he's not letting us down. He's doing us a great job in goal, and but I want to, put the praise on the team. It was a great team effort for the first 70 minutes against BU. BU are dangerous and athletic, and they're solid, and I think they'll go on and win a lot of games now.
Now, for the weekend, Chris Greach and Roberto Pellegrini not getting into the matches. Updates on them?
Yeah, Chris Greach is really struggling with his knee. We're just waiting on evaluations, but we're hopeful in the next week or 2 he'll be back. Roberto, he's somewhat of a mystery injury with his back, but again, we've got the best doctors here and they're getting the best treatment, so we're hopeful he'll be back in the next couple of weeks.
Now you take a look forward to this week. Tomorrow night, you have Jacksonville coming into Seward Stadium, the third of those 3 back-to-back-to-back home games that you have. This is a Jacksonville squad coming off a 5-0 victory against Georgia Southern, their first win of the season, but off to a little bit of a roll there.
Yeah, Jacksonville are well coached. I know they're coached from before, and they will be ready. They'll be organised, and you can see that they can score goals. I mean, Georgia Southern don't have a great record, but they've had some good results against good teams. So to beat them 5-0, we've got to be warned of that, and we've got to understand it's got to be a team effort. We've got to be solid. We've got to get back in numbers to protect against the count, and we've got to be careful with the ball. We've got to move the ball quickly against this team. As you can see against Vermont, we didn't do our job and we got punished. So it's the same situation here. We've got to understand that it's a dangerous game for this program.
And then on Saturday, you go back into CAA play. You reopen conference play after playing James Madison a little bit earlier in the season. You go down now to UNC Wilmington. Always a tough place to play. What have you seen from the Seahawks so far?
Again, we haven't focused in on yet. We know, the style of play from Coach Heaney down there. We understand what they do usually year in and year out. But we're not focusing on that game yet. You know, we've got to look at tomorrow's game against Jacksonville. But UNCW will be a strong opponent, and it'll be a tremendous game there too.
All right, well, head coach Richard Nuttall, good luck out there in both games this week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks very much. Cheers.